Hey there guys and gals, it's me nirex and welcome back to Unreal Engine C++ programming tutorial. So in this video we're going to actually go ahead and create our first character from absolute scratch. Alright, I mean not, absolute, just, based on a character template. Okay, so this is not going to be like a super character with tens of thousands of different things to do, like swimming and flying and double jump or long jump or leap, wall climb. We're not going to implement any of those in this video. Don't worry, we might get to do that someday later, all in C++, but for now we will just create a basic simple character with the ability to move around, jump, and look around. Alright, and that's the basic thing. But based on these principles, you will be able to create a character in any way you want. Alright, just long jump, double jump, and all that good stuff is all about, all about the mathematics and the logic behind it. Alright, so let's get started. So as you can see, I've already created my character right here. I also created a new project because I messed something up in the other one, so there we go. Alright, so I've created a character. It's a basic and simple character. There's nothing in it. If you create one, it'll be exactly the same like this. Maybe the spaces here are a bit more. But yeah, this is exactly a character. Okay, so let's get into the code and see how it looks like. Alright, so this is very close to how an actor looks like, with the exception that there's one more component here, one more function here, or method. And this one is called setup player input components. What this allows you to do is it will actually allow this character to take input from the player. What that means is that when I press W on my keyboard, this class will be notified that I am pressing W. Alright, this class can use that information to its advantage. Now let's go ahead and see how. Alright, so to use this ability, I first need to tell the game to take input from me and name that input. So to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and click on File, come down here, Edit, come down here to Project Settings, and there we have it. Here is our project settings. Now there are a bunch of things here, we don't care about any of them, just go straight to Input. And as you can see, there are two things here. These are the only things that we care about right now. Action mappings and axis mappings. Okay, but what's the difference between an action mapping and an axis mapping? Action mapping means you're going to do an action that is either true or false. It doesn't have any value, it doesn't have 1 or -1 or anything. And don't worry if you don't get it, you will understand it soon enough. Axis mappings are kind of different. They can have values. So looking around, maybe the value of looking around is the speed that you move your mouse. Alright, so for movement, we're going to go ahead and create axis mappings. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and create... Why is it starting from 5 and 6? I didn't create 4 axis mappings. Anyhow, so let's go ahead and create our first... axis mapping, which is called move forward. So this is going to handle movement in forward and backward direction, alright, whatever direction it may be. You may ask, but why is it called move forward? Well, because we don't have 6 dimensions, we have 3, X, Y, and Z, and movement in each one of them can be done with one axis, alright, so one value means forward and -1 means backward. So I'm just going to go ahead and create another one, -1. And now we need to assign some key to them. So W will be move forward of 1, S will be -1. Right here. Now let's go ahead and create move right. Alright, so we're going to create 2 of these, and D is going to be right. So, come on, let's give it the D. Yep. And A is going to be the left movement. God damn it. Come on. A is going to be left, and we're going to do -1 or -1, and there we have it. We are done with our movement mappings. Alright, so we go forward and backward with W and S, right and left with D and A. So that's a simple WASD movement. Now let's go to our character class and begin creating our stuff. So, yeah. Alright. So before we do anything, we need to create two methods to allow us to move in those directions, the forward and backward direction and right and left direction. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Void move forward float value. And just to note, this guy needs to have a U function. So yeah, that's basically it. This just allows the engine to be able to use this function. And that's it. So we have move forward, created easily, done and good. And now we have move right. Quite simple. Now let's go ahead and create them. We can just do Control-Enter and it'll create that automatically for you here. Now, Unreal Engine is a huge project, so this might take a little bit of time to do that. It doesn't do it instantly. It takes just a bit of time. Alright, so move forward and move right is now created. But how do we do stuff with these two? Alright, so we need to first let the class know that this function, because it could be named anything, it could be named, I don't know, John 2. And John 2 should have been, you know, we need to let the engine know that John 2 means move forward, alright? So let's go ahead and let the engine know. Alright, so every class that is of type pawn or player, or I'm sorry, or character, has something called a movement component, or rather an input component. Alright, so input component, well, these guys also have a movement component. This guy has a character movement component, pawn has a pawn move component, but we don't care about that. We care about the input component, which is also here. So let's go ahead and do some stuff with the input component. So I'm going to say input component, Mr. Input Component, I need you to do something. I need you to bind an axis for me. But here's an issue. I don't really understand why they've done such a stupid thing, but they have done such a very stupid thing. To be able to use this, you need to do a couple of things. First off, you need to include engine.h. Alright, so engine.h is included. All good or landy, it still isn't going away. Next thing we need to do is make this core be core minimal into core. Here also in your new project.h, this guy also needs to be core. So both of these guys should be core, and then this guy will be able to give you the bind axes. I honestly don't understand them. Bind axes, and then we can do some stuff. IntelliSense is messed up, but yeah, don't worry, it's the bind axes. So this guy takes 3 parameters. I'm sorry if it's not showing, but this guy actually does take 3 parameters. So the first one is the name of the axis that we made in here. The name of the axis is move forward. So let me just go ahead and copy that, bring it down here, paste it in a string, and there we go. The next one is going to be this, because we're going to give it the instance of the class. This is pretty, you know, familiar if you know member function pointers and turning them into function pointers. And then the next one is going to be the address of the method in this particular class. And there we go. So like this, you've already bound an axis, you know, this function to this guy right here. So whenever we press W or S, this is getting called on this particular class or any instance of this class that you're possessing. Okay, it might be a bit confusing, but don't worry, this is gonna get super easy the more you do it. Alright, let's go ahead and, you know, just copy and paste it, because, you know, why should we do anything more than once? So there we go. This is our movement stuff being done super easy and super fast. We can now move forward and move right. But here's the thing. Move forward and move right are being called, but what the hell is happening in them? Absolutely nothing. We need to implement that logic ourselves. Okay. So to do that, I need to add 2 things here, or rather 1. You know, in their tutorial, they do it in a very stupid way, like extremely stupid way. I don't know why anyone would want to do that. If you follow their tutorial, and they do some rotation stuff, they make a rotation matrix out of you know, the direction and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. Point is, it makes you not move if you're looking down. Okay, you want to move in the direction that you're facing. That is okay if you're trying to fly, or not even if you're trying to fly. If you're trying to swim, okay, that's okay for swimming. That's absolutely horrible for walking on the ground. So yeah, we don't want to move the direction of the camera, we want to move towards the direction that we are facing. So let's go ahead and do that. The way we do it is add movement input. We give it the axis and the value. The value is obviously the value that we are being passed on, and the vector. So a f vector is just, a normal vector, not a C++ a std vector. It's just a mathematical vector. So let me just go ahead and do that, and we want to get the vector. What vector? Obviously the forward vector, the vector that we are facing, that shows that we are facing which way. So get actor forward vector. Easy peasy, all done. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the right. And you guessed it right, it's right vector. Now forward vector, all good and dandy. So our movement is completely done. Let me just go ahead and compile and test. Okay, it's compiled, so let's go ahead and bring a character in here. Now, I'm going to do it in a bad way, but we're going to talk about how to do it the right way in the next video. So the way you do it is you click on this character, search possess, come to this auto possess player and select player 1. Don't select any other thing or it's going to crash. So let me just go ahead and save, play, and as you can see, my movement is completely okay. But I can't look around yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and implement looking around. Now I need to create 2 more axis mappings. Let's go ahead and do look X and look Y. Now the right way to do it is called turn and look up, but I'm still gonna do it my way. So mouse X for mouse X for looking up is gonna be looking X, which is turning around, is gonna be 1, and look Y is gonna have mouse Y, but dude, mouse goddamn Y, and it's gonna be -1 because if you do it 1, it'll be inverted. We don't want that. That's for like, I don't know, 1990s or something. Alright. These 2 are all good and dandy. Now let's go ahead and implement them. I'm going to go ahead and open this guy again. And we need to create 2 more functions. I'm just going to copy these dudes, and I'm going to bring them here. And we're going to do look X and look Y. Okay. Now, because they're the same thing, I'm just going to copy and paste everything. Dude, I love this set of working. You just make something in a good way that everything can just be copied and pasted. Just like this. Dude, I love it. Alright. So look X, look Y. But what do we do here? We can't move around. We need to do some special thing. I'm going to do it this way first, then I might be able to change it later. So the way we're going to do this is, well, actually, you gotta be look X, and you gotta be look Y. So we're going to do add controller yaw input, I think. Let me just controller. It wasn't pitch. I'm not sure exactly. We're gonna do some trial and error. Yaw input with the value. This is going to allow us to look around, right? It's going to allow us to turn around because it's on the x-axis. It's on the horizon axis. So we should be able to turn our character around. And Y is going to allow us to look up. Now, let's just not be an idiot and actually test it. So, rotation is okay. This is roll. This is not the way. Yeah, this is looking around, and yaw. Yeah, that is correct. So if I turn yaw around, this will turn around. So this is pretty much correct. Okay, now we'll let it compile, and yeah, I can turn my character around, but not look up or down. So let me just test to see. I gotta do pitch. Yeah. So we can just do some simple add controller pitch input. And compile and test, and it will be good. Okay, it's compiled, so let's play, and I can do whatever I want to do. Look around, move around. I can't jump yet, damn it. Let's go ahead and create jumping, but before I do, I just want to do something a bit funky. So instead of doing something like this guy actually follows the same signature as the function I've created. So I can simply just take this and put it right here. So I can just do something like that, and I can do something like this. I'm just going to go ahead and delete both of these functions and go on ahead and test, save, and test it again. Okay, it's compiled. Let's take a look. And yeah, as you can see, it works perfectly good without us having to create two extra functions. Okay, that's all good and dandy. Let's go ahead and implement jumping. So jumping doesn't have to take a value like this. It either is being pressed or is not. So we're going to go ahead and create an action mapping. Now I'm going to go ahead and create, name it jump, because it's okay. Now obviously it's going to be spacebar, all good and dandy. I'm going to go ahead and save it, go back to my character, and create two more functions. You may ask why two, but I will tell you why two. So this is actually a simple, I can't put that there, it's going to give me an error for some reason, but yeah. So jump begin, and we're going to have jump end. Okay, let me just go ahead and copy paste these two right here, and these are going to take absolutely nothing. And I'm going to go ahead and bring jump begin here, and jump end right over here. And we're going to actually do two quick things. Alright, so we're going to do B. I don't remember the thing. Let me just take some help from IntelliSense. B is jump. No. B jump. There was something here. B jump. B is crouch. B. Alright, you know what? Can we do jump here? I think this is the way, but not quite sure. So I'm doing this out of memory, so yeah. Anyhow, point is we do it like this, all right? And let me actually go ahead and do something else here, because we need to put that there. I mean, we don't need to, but it's better to do it. So these, I'm just going to comment these axes mappings, and I'm just going to go ahead and comment these action mappings. Now, action mappings are a bit different, just a bit from axes, in the case that they take one more parameter. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bind action. Now, the name of the action obviously comes first, is named jump. It's going to have this, notice I put 2 commas there, and it's going to get to this guy. Alright, so we're going to do and a my character jump begin. Alright, so we're going to do jump begin and this character right here. So if I get help from IntelliSense, it's saying that it needs E input event. We don't care what it is. Let's just go ahead and open what E input event is. So E input event, double column, and as you can see, it's just telling us what it's all about. So the only thing that we care about is either it's pressed or released. We're going to go with pressed. So if it's pressed, you do that. If it's released, which I'm going to write here, released, we're going to do jump end. Alright, and I don't know if B is jumping is... Nope, it's not the thing. Alright, whatever. So we're just going to go ahead and jump, and I'm going to actually go ahead and create another U property. Read only, I think, and we're going to do bool B is jumping. Alright, so we're going to put this to B0, and we're going to do B is jumping is false, and here we're going to do B is jumping is true, and we're going to again do B is jumping is false. Now this will allow me to extend my jump later on in another video. Anyhow, we want to be able to see it in the editor, so this is definitely going to be a U property. You don't have to do this step, I'm just going to do it because I am. Anyhow, so we've created our action. It takes the name of the action, takes either the keys pressed or released, the instance status class, and the function pointer to call. Okay, let's go ahead and compile and see what's up. Alright guys, I'm a little bit sorry, this was blueprint read-only. Anyhow, yeah, in case you just wrote read-only and got an error, yeah, it's blueprint read-only. Anyhow, so I compiled, it's ready, and I forgot to give it a category. So I can do just is jumping. No, it's not going to show me. Anyhow, point is, I created my thing, and now I can jump. Oh yeah, baby, pretty goddamn good. So I can jump, I can move around, I cannot crouch, I cannot swim, I cannot fly, I cannot double jump, I cannot wall climb, I can't climb anything, I can't do anything cool just yet. But don't worry, we will be creating that super character of us in another video. So before I end this, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a category. A category equals read-onlys. Well, read-onlys, maybe? I don't know. How do you write that? Read-only. Okay, whatever. Just read-only. Anyhow, point is, we created that. It's all good and dandy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down in the video. If you have any questions, do write them in the comments. I will try to answer that as fast as possible. And yeah, if you like this video, do subscribe. That would help a lot, and I would appreciate a lot more. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next one.